Welcome to our education video on repairs and maintenance. My name is Mark Fiddler and I will be talking you through the rights and responsibilities all parties have at the start and throughout a tenancy in relation to the maintenance of a rental premises. We will discuss minimum housing standards, repair and maintenance responsibilities, including the different processes for both routine and emergency repairs, and also provide information regarding the repair order process. The RTA would like to advise that the information provided within this video is general advice only and is not legal advice. Please refer to the Residential Tenancies and Rooming Accommodation Act of 2008 or obtain your own legal advice. The Residential Tenancies and Rooming Accommodation Act of 2008 sets out the rights and responsibilities of the parties in a tenancy agreement. When it comes to the standard of the premises, the property manager or owner has responsibilities to ensure that the premises is in good condition before the tenancy starts. All properties must meet minimum housing standards when the tenant moves in and throughout the tenancy agreement to ensure that the property is safe, secure and functional. Minimum housing standards apply to all types of tenancies, including general tenancies, movable dwellings and rooming accommodation agreements. The list of standards on the slides is not exhaustive, and we recommend accessing the Minimum Housing Standards fact sheet from our website to familiarise yourselves with the full requirements. But I will point out a couple of things. The premises must be vermin, damp and mould-free at the start of a tenancy. If the tenant does anything during the tenancy to cause mould or vermin issues, then the property manager or owner may not be responsible to fix or maintain those issues. And the other thing here is in relation to window coverings for privacy. These are required on windows where the tenant would reasonably expect privacy, such as bedrooms or bathrooms. If these windows are blocked from an outside view by a fence or a hedge or something similar, then privacy coverings may not be required on those windows. Along with ensuring the premises meets minimum housing standards at the start of a tenancy, a property manager or owner must also meet their obligations under Section 185 of the Act. This section states that at the start of a tenancy, the premises must be clean, fit to live in, and meet laws regarding health and safety, and then also that the premises meets minimum housing standards. The lessor must continue to meet these obligations throughout the tenancy. Health and safety laws might include things such as smoke alarm legislation, safety switch requirements under the Electrical Safety Act, or state government or council building codes or bylaws. The requirement under this section to ensure that the premises remains fit to live in and in good repair suggests that repairs should be completed in a timely manner. One thing to note here is that if a tenant moves into a premises and they find within the first 7 days that the premises are not fit to live in, the premises and inclusions are not in good repair, that the lessor is in breach of a law dealing with issues about the health and safety of persons using the premises, or the property does not meet minimum housing standards, the tenant can end the tenancy by issuing a Form 13 and giving 14 days notice. So now that we're aware of the property manager or owner's requirements about how the premises needs to be given to the tenant, let's have a look at some of the other responsibilities of the parties throughout the agreement. A general tenancy agreement or movable dwelling agreement must include contact details for the nominated repairer for the tenancy. This can be the property manager or owner, but consideration needs to be given as to whether they are always available and the best option. We know that a burst pipe or a hot water system failing doesn't always happen between 9 and 5. The RTA recommends that a property manager or owner sets out clearly to the tenant how they wish to be contacted if repairs are required. Is it a phone call or an email? Or are they required to fill out a maintenance request form? Does this apply for both routine and emergency repairs? We also suggest that you provide as much information for the tenant about the premises as possible. How do you reset a safety switch if it trips? Is there an air conditioner? Do you expect the tenant to clean the filters? If so, how? Providing details about things like this can help the tenancy run smoothly and avoid maintenance bills. The tenant has responsibilities to keep the premises clean and not damage the premises. If they become aware that repairs are required, then they have a responsibility to notify the property manager or agent using the method that they'd been advised of. And finally, and at the end of the tenancy, the tenant must leave the premises as near to as it was at the start, fair wear and tear accepted. And please note that damage is not considered fair wear and tear and can be the tenant's responsibility to fix. Repairs fall into two categories, routine and emergency. Example of routine repairs might include a faulty air conditioner, a leaking tap, or a toilet roll holder falling off the wall. Things that are not an emergency repair. If routine repairs are required, the tenant must notify the owner or manager via the method advised at the start of the tenancy. If repairs are not done, then the tenant may issue a breach notice to the property owner or manager. If repairs continue to remain outstanding, the tenant may apply to the RTA's dispute resolution service, and if the matter is not resolved through the dispute process and the repair is still not done, the tenant can apply to the Queensland Civil and Administrative Tribunal, or QCAT, on a non-urgent application to request a repair order. In most instances, we hope that the parties will talk with each other and comply with tenancy laws and obligations. However, if not, there is a pathway available to have repairs done. Good communication is a key between the property manager or owner and the tenant throughout the process, and both parties may need to consider a bit of give and take to get the issue resolved. As an example, if there are delays in getting parts or even a tradesperson, we encourage the property owner or manager to keep in touch with the tenant and let them know what steps they are taking to resolve the problem as quickly as they can. If there's going to be a significant delay in completing repairs, then they may need to consider if a rent reduction or compensation is required. And on the tenant side, it may need to be flexible around entry times if getting hold of a tradesperson is difficult. Emergency repairs cover a range of matters as set out in the Act. It's important to note that emergency repairs only apply to general tenancies and movable dwelling agreements. All repairs in a rooming agreement are routine repairs. Emergency repairs can cover things such as serious water leaks, a broken toilet, failure or breakdown of an appliance for hot water cooking or heating, a fault or damage that makes the premises unsafe or insecure, or works needed to bring the premises back to meeting minimum housing standards. Now, this list is not exhaustive and you can find a full list on our website, but it gives you an idea of the sorts of things that are covered. If the tenant requires emergency repairs, they must notify or attempt to notify the property owner or manager, or they notify the nominated repairer on the agreement. If they are not able to do so, or if they do but repairs are not done, then they have two options. They can arrange for the repair to be carried out by a suitably qualified tradesperson and then seek reimbursement. The maximum cost in this situation is equivalent to 4 weeks' rent. Or they can apply directly to QCAT on an urgent application to request an order for the repairs to be done. You will have noted that through both the routine and emergency repair processes, both ended with the possibility of the matter being taken to QCAT to seek a repair order. If routine repairs are not done, a tenant can seek dispute resolution through the RTA, and if the matter remains unresolved, the tenant can make an application for QCAT to issue a repair order. If emergency repairs are not done, a tenant can make an urgent application to QCAT requesting a repair order. Now, a repair order at QCAT may include what is or is not to be repaired, a due date by which the managing party must carry out repairs, and who may pay for the repairs. Now, the parties to the repair order are responsible for obtaining all key information and details from QCAT in relation to the repair order, and it is worth noting that if a repair order is not complied with, penalty provisions apply and the RTA can investigate. We encourage the parties to access the repair order fact sheet for all the details regarding the process. So as we've heard, both parties have responsibility when it comes to repairs and maintenance. The tenant should notify the property manager or owner promptly of any repair issues, and the property manager or owner should attend to repairs in a timely manner. We encourage all parties to communicate throughout the process, and as I mentioned earlier, understand that there may need to be some give and take along the way. Thank you for listening to our information regarding repairs and maintenance. Further information about what I have discussed today is available on our website at www.rta.qld.gov.au or through our other channels, including our YouTube videos and podcasts. Our friendly contact centre staff can also assist you with your tenancy or bond queries on 1300 366 311. To stay in touch and receive regular updates from the RTA, we encourage you to sign up for our monthly e-newsletter or follow us on LinkedIn using the details on the screen.